Hi sexy mamas, I am back and I'm doing another tutorial for you today. This tutorial is called the bedroom eyes look. Marylin Monroe was really famous for wearing it. It's just the simple eyeliner with a dark lip. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I do that and how we get the completed look, which is this. Alright, stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. Bye. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one of the most important things when it comes to your beauty routine, and that is moisture. A lot of women forget how important moisturizing your face is. And I hear a lot of girls that say that they have bad acne as it is and putting on lotion is just going to make their skin greasier. That is actually a wives' tale. That is not true. If you have really bad acne and you don't use lotion, the reason being is that your skin is overcompensating for the lack of moisture. So it's trying to put more oils into your skin to make up for the lack of moisture, which then creates more acne. So if you are using moisture and you're using the proper type of lotion for your face, it will eventually help your skin with its acne if you have acne. What I'm going to be using for my moisture today is the Physicians Formula Sensitivity and Redness Spray that I showed you guys yesterday. And I did some research to make sure this actually is a very, very good substitute for lotion. It's a fine spray. It helps get rid of irritation and redness and helps your skin retain its moisture and also helps your skin create the moisture that it needs without overcompensating. So this is going to go all over my face. And don't open your eyes for a second, because if it gets in your eyes, it doesn't feel very good. It doesn't taste very good either. So the first thing that I'm going to do is apply primer to my face. Primer is essential if you want your makeup to last all day, because it fills in wrinkle lines, it fills in your pores, and it helps your makeup stay on longer. I use Hard Candy's Sheer Envy. It's like this, it's just really soft, clear stuff. It doesn't have any color to it. But it's going to help your makeup stay on your face longer. So when you're applying that, obviously do it over your whole face, but I would not put it on your eyes. It's not meant for eyes. Eyes has its own special primer. So when you're applying primer, you need that much. This stuff, it's very concentrated, so it goes a really long way, and you're not going to need a whole ton of it because it spreads a lot. So I would apply everywhere but your eyes, and you can see that it doesn't look like anything. So it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing because it doesn't really have like color or anything. And I'm just going over it with my fingers just to kind of smooth it all in there, make sure I didn't miss any spots. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is my foundation. I went out yesterday and I bought a bunch of new makeup. If you guys watch my makeup haul video, you would have seen everything that I got. And one of the things that I got was the CoverGirl Clean Foundation. And I love this makeup. I know I gushed about it in the other video, but it's amazing. It's so light and it's clean, hence the name Clean. And it lets your skin breathe. And that is so important to me because I hate feeling like a cake face. And this just really helps your skin breathe, but it has amazing coverage as well without making you look like an Oompa Loompa. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that as well. Once again, I'm going to avoid the eye area just because the eye area's got its own. Oh my god! Okay. The only con to this makeup is it is very runny, which you just saw just like almost spilled everywhere. So please, please, please be careful when you're using this makeup because it just almost exploded. Anyway, like I was saying, avoid the eye area because you're going to be using primer on your eye anyway. And what I do is I kind of just dot makeup on the main areas of my face just to make sure that I have it everywhere. And another thing that I always stress when it comes to like makeup tools, I do not recommend using sponges for foundation because sponges absorb 90% of your makeup. So by the time you go out and buy another makeup, your sponge has absorbed that much of it. And you just wasted a ton of makeup. So I would definitely recommend using a brush. That way it's not going to get absorbed in it and steal all your makeup. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do our primer. I use MAC's Painterly Paint Pot. It's expensive, it's about $15 for this, so if you don't want to spend that much, I would recommend Hard Candy's eye primer. It's a lot cheaper and it's just as good. So when I apply my primer, I use this little brush. You can use your finger, you can use whatever, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that I need to stress to you when you're wearing primer on your eyes, when it's eye primer specifically, do not put it underneath your eyes. Do not put it under your eyes, like on the eye bags, because this stuff is heavy and it's going to sit in your lines and it's going to accentuate them. So I would not recommend putting the primer, I would not recommend putting specifically eye primer underneath your eyes. I would just stick with putting it on the actual lid. And make sure you bring it all the way up to your brow bone. And you can see the difference. This one's nice and like, it's got like a clean canvas, and this one's all spotty and red still, so definite improvement there. And I use Painterly Paint Pot, but there's also another one that they have if you do want to go out and get MAC that's got more of a sheen to it. It's got more of like a shininess to it if you'd rather that. This is more of the matte finish. So if you do want to go out and get MAC, then be my guest. That's what I recommend. So okay, now that we have our foundation and our primer on, the next step is going to be applying powder. And just put it everywhere. And if you don't want like a really heavy coverage when it comes to powder, use a fluffy brush, because that's gonna give you coverage but not as heavy as if you use a sponge. And I would not suggest using a sponge for everyday wear, just because using a sponge is for more of an HD finish. So next step is blush. The blush that I use is from Wet n Wild. Mine's the Wet n Wild in Mellow Wine. A really good tip when trying to find the right color blush for you is to take your fist and squeeze it. Kind of hold it there. And then whatever color happens on your fingertips is the one that you're going to be using. So, I don't remember where I learned that, but it's always been a helpful trick. So, when you're applying blush, start at the apples of your cheek and bring it up like this. The next thing you're going to do is your eyeliner. And I know that a lot of women struggle with the cat eye look or the winged tip look, and it took me a while to get it correct too. So if you are struggling with getting your winged eye, cat eye look, you're not alone, trust me. But having a good eyeliner is going to help you achieve that look as well. And if you guys watched my makeup haul video yesterday, you'll know that the eyeliner that I recommend is in color, the Fabuliner. I don't know if you can see that. That's what it looks like, and it's got the this felt tip pen that looks like this. The felt tip pen eyeliners always work best for me because you get more control over what you're drawing on your face. When I'm doing my cat eye look, and it may just be me, but I have a very specific way of doing it, but it seems to work best for me. Even when I'm doing other clients' makeup, it still seems to work better for me. I start at the outside and go in. So I start right about here, and I bring it in. And that's going to be the top line. And I know that looks like crap, but that's not what it ends up being. And then you're going to start here again and then bring it down. So I'm pretty much drawing the outline of what it's going to look like. So that's the outline of the eyeliner that we're getting here. So I'm going to go through and fill it in. And obviously clean up the lines a little bit. So there's that one. So I'm going to do it on the other eye. The biggest mistake I see girls make when they're applying their eyeliner is that they miss the gap between their lash line and their actual lid, and then there's like a skin gap. Even when they put their mascara on, you can still see it. Make sure that you are getting your eyeliner all the way down to your lash line and you'll be set. Okay, next thing is mascara. I am using the Rimmel Scandaleyes Flex. I showed you guys this mascara yesterday in my makeup haul and I'm in love with it. Absolutely amazing. I can't even stop gushing about it. So go ahead and put that on. Alright, last step is lipstick. There are a few fashion faux pas when it comes to lipstick, especially red lipstick. Red lipstick is probably one of the biggest and most common mistakes that I see around. When you are wearing red lipstick, make sure that you have the correct type of red lipstick. And I know that you're thinking, well, red is red. Red has two undertones. It has an orange undertone, or it can have a blue-violet undertone. Always go with the red lipstick that's got the blue or violet undertone because it's not going to look as orangey. This is the stuff I'm talking about. So it's more of a deep red. It's not as orangey as some of the other ones, and it's not going to look fake. This one is from NYX, and it's the Electra, and I love it. It's amazing. The one you don't want to use is the one with the orange undertone, and it is really bright. And I know you probably can't see the difference right now in the two, but this one is a little bit darker. This one's more orangey. It's hard to tell, but trust me when I say this one's more orangey, and it's not flattering at all. So when you are choosing a red lipstick, make sure you're choosing one with a blue undertone. When it comes to putting on lipstick, there are a few ways you can do it. You can do it the old-fashioned way and just kind of, you know, whatever. But for me, I don't like doing that because I always end up with too much on my lips, and then I end up having to blot and then do that thing, and it would just save me time to do it the other way, which is using a brush. And this is a tiny, tiny little brush here. And I like this because it doesn't put too much on my lips and I don't end up having to blot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright ladies, this is the completed bedroom look. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. As you can see, this is my new wig. It's got real hair and it's got a real looking part. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any suggestions that you would like to tell me, or if you want to see something specific in the next tutorial, leave a comment below. Make sure you rate, subscribe, and share my video to others. Bye, sexy mamas!